football's on in the background. So I know some people won't be on because football's on, but I need to get this out of the way because the stuff I want to watch at 9 o'clock on YouTube. Live, people. So, me who does never drink, just thought I'd have a Copperberg, actually. And as far as I can see at the minute, England are winning Croatia, so there you go. But you guys who are watching football can watch this after. But I'd just like to say, I just wanted to get this on air because I saw it on Reverend Simon Sideways' channel and I thought, yeah, well, because Trump's here tomorrow and we all know about the blimp balloon and all that stuff, you know, the left or whatever you want to call them are pushing, you know, they're pushing and they're trying to get all the stuff out there and they're trying to divide people like we all know. And I don't actually know who this lad is. Hi, I don't actually know who this lad is, but Simon was talking about him and Simon's channel is really good if you go over to Reverend Simon Sideways because what he said is just, he just says it like it is and everything he says is right about this. Everything he says is right, but it's about Owen Jones. I don't know who the guy is, I'll admit it, I don't know. But he's a snowflake because I just thought, yeah, I can talk about this as well because Trump's coming tomorrow. Obviously the left are like, ah, snowflakes are like, ah, Antifa, whoever you are all like crying because they know at the end of the day that they're really losing this game and they've just got to put it all out there. Hiya, Tapper. So this little snowflake, I don't know who he is, Owen Jones, jumped up little triggered snowflake. He is a pleb, he's an absolute, hi Jessica, he's an absolute spanner. He's a plank, he's a tool. We need to shut that toolbox and lock it forever and throw it in the sea because I was just watching, so I watched Simon and I thought, yeah, what you're saying's right. Right, I'm going to go over and watch this Owen Jones and see what he's saying about my adopted president over here, Mr. Trump, who's coming tomorrow. Oh, hiya, Jessica. England's winning. Are you watching football? Ah, yes, I know who you are. Well, you might not agree with what I'm saying. Don't tell your mum or dad. They might not be into all this. It's a bit politics, which I was never into in my life, but now I am. But first, he goes on about the six. What was it? The six reasons why we've got to protest against Trump. So I thought, right, I'll watch this, and then I'll put my 2p piece on it. Right, 1, to burst the ego of Trump because Trump is you know, he's a bigot, he's a racist, and he's hated by everybody. You know, all these things that snowflakes keep saying because, let's face it, on mainstream media, they don't put the truth out there. Trump is doing lots of good things for the world behind the scenes. Well, not really behind the scenes, it's just that they won't put it out on mainstream media. But if you actually go and check on YouTube, you'll see a lot of things going on. So he was saying, Owen Jones was saying, so we must mobilise a protest, you know, with the Trump balloon and all that stuff. I mean, have you ever heard anything so stupid? Because he was going on about, oh, he's coming to see the Queen and this, that and the other, and, you know, he's this, that and the other. And I thought, well, it was all right when Obama came to see the Queen because he was like, he's getting the red carpet treatment. So did Obama. Who else got the red carpet treatment that actually murders people in the country, this, that and the other? Was it, I might get this wrong, the Prince or the King, whichever one was bad or whoever it is, of Saudi Arabia? He had the red carpet treatment and went to meet the Queen. But were we flying, you know, big blimps over Parliament when they came over, protesting? No, I don't think we did. So what is this big thing about Trump? It is in his number 3 question he put out, which I might save that to last because to me it's the whole thing why. So I'm now only doing a quick one because I am sort of watching football, not that really into it, but you know, it is England playing and we are actually doing quite well. Number 2 was he's a fascist. I can't remember what I wrote down actually. He's a fascist firehead, I think he said, something like that. You know, he's a radical right. He's a racist right. He's a fascist right. The only thing about us on the right is that we're actually stand up for our rights. That's what it is, the people on the left, if you want to call it right and left. I would take Trump over May any day. Exactly. It's because Trump is destroying the New World Order, ripping it to bits. The House of Cards is falling down. The masonry or whatever, the elites, they're all flapping now. Flap, flap, flap. He's over tomorrow. Flap, flap, flap. You know, and if you did actually go and see the video that I asked you to go and watch on This Morning Britain, because I don't normally watch telly, This Morning Britain on YouTube, you'll see about the Trump balloon and the Khan balloon. And don't forget, Khan said we can fly one of him as long as it's peaceful. As long as it's peaceful, because that's the only thing with these events of Tommy Robinson and, you know, Trump. We just got to do it peacefully. But yeah, the left out there want gun control. So I've just had this talk with someone today. They went, oh, but you know, Trump wants to keep guns, you know, and all them shootings in the schools and this, that, and the other. I went, what you don't understand is, because you follow MSM, is, yes, people have died, because like I said, it's a bit of against them, but it's real, because people die. But why they're trying to take guns away and putting all these school shootings about, which are, you know, made for this to happen, is because they want to take the Second Amendment. They want to take your guns. We don't have guns. We can't protect themselves. The left via Antifa are violent. Yeah, they are. They are really violent. They're so violent. Yeah, if we were smart, we'd make murder illegal. And that's what they're trying to do, taking the Second Amendment, the guns. They know. Oof, I'll talk about this in a minute because this goes in with one of the questions. But they want to take the guns away so they can't defend themselves. Guns don't kill people. People do. A gun doesn't just get up and shoot somebody. Guns don't shoot people. People do. Yeah, because he's radical right and he's racist, right? And he's racist. He's so racist, right? You ready for this? He's so racist. Don't forget, there's a lot of black people and other people, you know, different races that actually vote for Trump. Worldwide, by the way, everyone, wake up, smell the coffee, go on the internet and have a look around the world at different people in different countries who are all shouting out, hashtagging we love Trump. Not the elites, not the government, the people, like me and you, patriots of different countries, different parts of the world, are hashtagging we love Trump and stuff like that. So, yeah, all right then. But he's that racist that when Obama was in office, didn't really do anything for black people or Hispanic people or Mexican people or whatever you want to say. Now Trump's in. Guess what, guys? Lots more jobs for black people. Lots more jobs for Hispanics. Lots more jobs for Mexicans. That's out there. That's on the charts. It's not lies. It's out there. You just need to go and do your research. So if he's racist, and this is in decades, by the way, that this has gone up, people have got jobs. So if that's happening, I don't think he's racist, is he? Trump is giving me the normal guy in the street job creation. Exactly. So he's so racist, he's giving more jobs to black people, Hispanic people and Mexican people. He brought back the steel industry, thank you, to Detroit. You know them places that have got destroyed and pulled apart and made into shitholes, sorry, like somebody's doing in London. And Trump said that's why people got offended over it. London's a shithole. Well, what's happening in London? Because the crime rate is bigger than New York. And Sadiq Khan said that's what you get for living in a city centre. No, it isn't. It's what we get when you're put in. Thousands of stabbings, 50 kids, people, whatever, have died from stabbings in London since you've been in, Khan. And you're trying to say you've been looking at it, but it's still going up, as on what Piers Morgan was saying on TV, on Good Morning Miss Britain. So what's going on there? This is why Trump needs to come. Like Thatcher choosing the coal mines, destroying life for those who had little anyway. Exactly. Coal miners didn't have loads. That was the job. That's what they got, you know. You know, hard-working guys. She took that away, didn't she? Ripped all that apart, made them areas so they're poorer. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But, oh no, where does this Owen Jones guy live? Does he live in a big posh house somewhere? Oh, it gets on my nerves. But yeah, don't forget, Sadiq isn't actually elected, laugh out loud, he forgot he was put in the place for public relations. Exactly, he's not been voted in. Yeah, so Trump's that racist. That's why, everyone went mad when Kanye West started supporting him, because God forbid a black man is supporting Trump because he's white. Like I said before, Lisa Page didn't show up to it. Well, yeah, it's like I said before, it's nothing to do with colour of skin. It's to do with what's inside. It's your moral compass. Yeah, I was going to say compost again then. It's your moral compass. I was going to say compost. It's your compost in the back garden. It's your moral compass. Like I said before, everybody in every religion or culture or race, there's good people and there's bad people. It's not because he's white, oh, you're only voting for him because you're white. No, I'm voting for him because he's actually doing good things. Obama did nothing. What did Obama do for black people? He did nothing. Obamacare or whatever he was doing. And if you don't think that, you need to go and research properly. But yeah, biggest racist. All I can see is these left people are really racist and fascist and far, radical left. That's what they are. It got proven in America with Antifa, with that guy who knocked that guy out. They were all there with batons. They were all there with smoke bomb things, whatever you call them, knives and stuff like that. I can't read that. It's got off quick. But they made sure they had weapons. They searched all the right people, if you want to say the Trump supporters, searched them, made sure they had no weapons. So who's the violent ones? Who are the violent ones that mask themselves up all the time, shouting abuse, shouting this, shouting that? Yet when you ask them something, when you ask them a question to say what are you actually fighting for, they don't actually know what they're fighting for. Getting funded by people as well. Sorrows. But yeah, there's that one. Yeah, that one. Then, number 3. Sorry, I keep getting things going off. Number 3. He's the most dangerous man in the world because he's from America. He's the most dangerous. Oh, sorry, I keep doing that voice. It's because of the baby blimp balloon. I just keep have to do it like he's going to laugh when he sees it. He's the most dangerous man on earth. But I'm going to leave that one till last because that does say something. Obama really helped control the populations of Yemen. Yeah, and Syria and different, all the... But I'm going to come back to number 3 because it's most important to me. But here's another one. Number 4, before I go back to number 3. Solidarity, I can't say it properly. Solidarity, I can't say it properly. Suffering the consequences. He was saying, I can't remember what he said the first one was. He said, I can't remember what the first one was, but obviously it's, bull poo anyway. And then he was like, and also look at all the kids suffering. Look at all the kids suffering, being dragged away from their parents at the borders. I know the kids are crying. Because don't forget, we did see the picture of the child in the little pink dress crying. Because she's been ripped away from her mother at the borders. Now, I'm not making a joke of that because kids are getting taken away from the parents. And we know what's happening on the way or when they're getting taken away from the parents. It's not what you think it is. But that kid was not ripped away from its mother. She took that kid over there of her own accord, knowing kids get raped and stuff on the way as well. Because her dad did an interview and said, I couldn't believe it when my daughter was there, how stupid he was. Exactly, sex trafficking. That kid was not ripped away from its parent. That's a picture somebody took and stuck it in mainstream media. And because you're all daft and you all believe it, like this picture of a kid crying, we all get emotional, because of course we would. There's a lot more things to get emotional about that picture, but that picture was fake news. So you've really got to watch what you're looking at. It's fake news. Trump is there. We've seen it. He's got these places up for the kids to go that have come over because they are coming over illegally. It's okay. We want walls up everywhere. Every country should have a wall. Basically, come in legally, not illegally. We haven't got a problem, right? And then we're not losing kids. Kids are getting lost. They're getting taken from the parents, right? Some of these people who are claiming to be the parents aren't even the parents. So when they do get split up, of what Obama was doing, splitting parents up, where were them kids going, Obama? Because don't forget, it wasn't on Trump's office. It was on Obama's this was happening. Where were them kids going? Where are they going? Where are they going? What's happening, right? Then, sorry if I'm not reading your comments at the minute. Then, Trump, oh, you're all seeing him on telly. Oh, look, he's got all the kids in these detention centres. Well, he's got to put them somewhere at the minute because somebody else called Obama, Hillary, were doing the worst bits. It was under his office. So Trump has now, yes, he's got to put them kids somewhere, but they've all got beds, TV, hot dinners, you know, the fed and watered basically. They've got comfy beds. They didn't have that. Them pictures that you're seeing with tinfoil blankets round and no beds and hard floors was under Obama's office. And those of you that follow Q and have seen that picture will see the date on it proving it was in Obama's office. So go stick that in your pipe and smoke it, people. Right? What was one of the other ones? I'm just getting really annoyed. But it's because Trump's coming over tomorrow. Whoop, whoop. I'll be wearing my top. What's the other one he said? Oh, something about, oh, Trump's really awful. Hi. Trump's really, yeah, he's in NATO today, I know. Trump's really awful because he's banning Muslims from the USA. Well, yeah, because I think they've noticed something's going on in the UK and the EU that he's not liking the look of till they get to the bottom of it and sort it out. Why should he be letting people in that look like they're destroying, to me and to other people, Western countries' values and traditions and family values? I won't let them in either. That's not being racist. Something is going on. What's going on? Oof. Craig Sorman's interview, The Conspiracy Farm on YouTube, is a great breakdown of all the aspects of human trafficking. Yeah, Sorman, he's really good with all the trafficking. This is what some people don't know, especially if you're watching MSM. You don't know a lot because they won't put it out there. It's all starting to come out. All the whistleblowers are coming out. I've just seen somebody else, some older woman that was in social services online. You know, it's all coming out online. Everyone's talking, you know. Everyone's talking. That's where they went wrong with the internet. It really didn't they? Because everyone's connecting. There's a girl, I don't know if it was Rebel News Media or TNTV News. Someone was talking about some Persian girl who was dancing, you know, how these kids do on the mobile phones and all taking selfies and dancing. But she's from one of them countries that's under Islam. She's got arrested because you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to have a good time and dance. She's got arrested. I don't know what story it was. I think it's on Rebel Media. Go and check it out. It's just absolutely pathetic in this day and age. Like, God, you can't have a bit of fun. But anyway, that's another story. The next one was, there's a few more things he said. I can't remember what he said. And then the next one, number 5 was, you ready for this? Climate change. Because I get you all on that side, won't they? I'll just say one thing to this. Climate change, because he was saying, well, Trump's team is saying, you know, they're denying climate change. Maybe because everyone thinks it's a conspiracy, but climate change is bollocks. That's all I'd like to say. Yes. Number 6, war. And then they sort of touched on Iraq, and I thought, let's get it right, guys. Trump says things sometimes to aggravate people. It triggers people. And sometimes when he says something, it means something else. Yes, climate change is a hoax. Let's have a little look back. Obama, yet again, was selling uranium to Iraq. Iraq were going to nuke America. Guess who they were going to blame it on to cause World War III? It's not Trump who's trying to make war. It was Obama and Hillary. Yes, they were going to nuke America and blame it on, thank you, Russia. So why are they doing the Skripal thing again over here? Because Trump's coming over. And don't forget, we've been forgetting about Russia lately. We've got to put that back out there. Russia. Yeah, get on your bike. Just like, oh, yes, exactly. Well, Simon said, and he's absolutely correct, if this lad is gay, Simon said, go over to those places of peaceful religion, go and announce that you're gay and see what happens. You know, I'm not against gay people, but you go over there and open your mouth and see what happens. Okay? Exactly. And then, so going back to number, was that 6? Yeah, so going back to 3, I think it was, because this is the biggest one for me, is number 3. You ready for this? I'll go and check it out on Owen Jones's video, because I put a big spew on there. He's the most dangerous man in the whole wide world on earth, because he was basically saying, the last superpower is America. We all know that. right? So he's saying the leader who has the superpower at the minute is Trump, you know, the military and blah, blah, blah. Their actions of, what did I put? Their actions have the power, have the possible, I think it was coincidence. Oh, I don't know what I wrote now. Well, basically, those who hold the biggest power, which is Trump, which is America, have the biggest effect on the earth, basically, you know, for other countries, right? That's why he triggered, because America, which some countries that aren't Western can't stand, because, you know, we're supposed to be free, supposed to have freedom of speech and all that, which they've obviously been trying to shut down over time because they don't like it. You know, sort of calls all the shots, basically. And because he's going around the world, a bit like Superman in his Air Force One, and basically helping different countries that have been under a regime, I wonder what regime, for a very long time. He's helping them, yeah, hence hate speech. Hate speech is free speech. He's helping them to break free from the regime. He's shouting out, not to the government, the people of those countries, worldwide patriots of those countries, not the government who control us, to stand up and fight. This time, we get to rewrite history. We get to win this time. Not evil, because that's what they are. I don't care. Anyone says the satanic evil, I don't even know what to call them. Left, bloody... We are right. We're not far right. We're just right. We're standing up for our kids. We're standing up for our kids' kids. We're standing up for the next generations to come, because this is how they're getting them, brainwashing them like this young lad. He's only a young little thing, you know, trying to get to all the, trying to be trendy, getting to all the young kids. Jessica and I hope you're listening. Trying to brainwashing him to think something. No one's ever done this for anyone else who's come here. Let's fly a balloon. Oh, you can't roll the red carpet out for Trump. Why? Have you got evidence of all this crap that you're saying he's doing that he's not doing? We are not left or right. Exactly, we're not left or right, but we get called right, but we're not left or right. We're freedom. We want the truth. Here's one just to plug out of space, which just, I don't know why I've just said that, but even if everyone's going on about religion, this, that and the other, aliens, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. I just watched something before, someone saying it's all going to come out about aliens, like they've been hiding that. They've been hiding a lot of stuff. I'm not bothered. If there's aliens here, if there's aliens up there, if the earth is flat, if the earth is a globe, whatever, if there's this, if there's that, if there's Bigfoot alive, if the Nessie's really real, do you know all these things? I don't know. I don't really care. All I want to know is the truth. That's all we want. We just want the truth. If there's this satanical stuff going on, which we know it is, and all this other stuff, and if they think the royals are lizards, whatever, we just want to know the truth. And then we know where we stand and what we can do. And that is why these establishments around the globe, in every country, the elites, that's why I call them, because it's an involvement of a lot of people, and some big ones up top, we know who you are, the bankers and that, who own all the money and this, that and the other. There's quite a lot of stuff we don't know about. They don't want it coming out to us, because once you know the truth, we know what to do about it. We know how to fight it. We want our freedom. That's the biggest thing they fear as well. Because then it is starting to fall down. Their house of cards are falling down. Alice in Wonderland. It's falling down because, like you said, Q, they've gone over the red line, especially with the kids. That's what's going to get a lot of people. But when you've got people like Owen Jones spouting crap out, I'm basically saying, all those people who are flying that Trump balloon, that they've basically made out it's the whole of the UK that are protesting against Trump. Get your facts right, mate, because there's quite a lot of us who did put money in for a calm balloon, if it goes up or not. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, no, it's not the whole of the UK spouting your lies, but this is what they do. Because if anyone's on here who's a normie, who's not really into what's going on, or you might be waking up, you'll just watch that and sit back and think, yeah, because that's what some people do, normies. Oh, yeah, I believe what I see on telly. Trump's awful. Really? Go and research. I'm sick of telling people, don't debate with someone. Go and research first. If you're just believing everything you see on telly, that means Jack, you know what, because at the end of the day, you need to go and research yourself and start looking into things. If it all came out, the world would be upside down. The world is upside down, and all these people that do fingers like this to things, that's Satan, by the way, all this pointing business. The symbolism will be the downfall. But yeah, it will be upside down, but I think it's to tell the truth, it's been upside down for a while. We're in topsy-turvy land. It is like Alice in Wonderland, looking through the looking glass. Everything's not what you think it is. That's what it is. That's why people talk about the Matrix. I know some people switch off when people start talking about Red Pilled, the Great Awakening, the Matrix, but basically it is a bit like that. What you see in the outside world is not what's behind the scenes. You know, I always say, which is funny, The Wizard of Oz, which was one of my favourite films, now I'm like, oh, because it's that thing in it, and that's used in Monarch training as well, MK Ultra. And I used to love that film. Yeah, the hearts, true hearts, why left lies. Exactly, true hearts is why left lies. We're true, they're not. Read Neon Revolt about... I did read Neon Revolt. Everyone go Google Neon Revolt and read the Wonderland bit he did. It's really good, that. But it's like I said, I don't know why that film was always my favourite, but apparently they use that for Monarch training MK Ultra. Trump with his hands, finger and thumb together. Yeah, but see, they go on about this because that is, you know, the 666, and a lot of, you know, the celebs and do that, and, you know, all this Illuminati. But Trump does sit there like that sometimes, but you can't look into everything. I've spoken here before, and I've sat about sometimes and held my hand and gone, oh, that, you know, that's just nothing. Yeah, they all see an eye, but that doesn't mean just because someone holds their hands out that they're necessarily in it. It's all these ones who do plaster it out properly like that, you know, like all the rappers and that. But Trump has sat there like that, but he's also done this as well. But, you know, they wanted Trump for a reason, because he's a businessman and he's a patriot, and that's the whole thing. Because like I said before, so, not Alice in Wonderland, what did I say? The Wizard of Oz, when she goes there, she goes in that room to see Oz, the all-almighty, and then you look behind the curtain and he's a little man. That's what our world's like, sort of thing, if that made any sense. You go out in the world and you think, it's like Pizzagate and all that. You wouldn't know that, would you? Secret signs everywhere. It's just a pizza shop, is it really? Well, it is a pizza shop, but what's going on behind the scenes? Do you know what I mean? It's like when you're drinking Evian water. It's probably out of someone's bleeding bathwater. Evian water, spelt backwards, is naive. Because they poison our water, food and everything, do you know what I mean? Go and get yourself a water distiller, guys. But I'm getting riled up. If he can get riled up, I'm getting riled up. You're getting triggered because Trump's coming tomorrow. I mean, Boris Johnson's resigned and some of the rest of them, they're all getting triggered. That's why the left is pushing abortion so hard. Of course they are. All that's to do with the satanical thing. All that's to do with them as well. They don't want, you know, if you want to call it white genocide and that, or indigenous people from the Westlands and all that, it's true. They don't want us having more kids. Other cultures are not allowed to have loads of kids. We're not. All this agenda and propaganda they're just putting out everywhere all the time. It's just, I will do another video on it, but I just wanted to come on quick to say, go and check Owen Jones's channel out and see what he's saying. I mean, you might agree with him, but for those of us who are in the know, if you actually, instead of arguing people, go and research properly, try and find the research, not the people who are diverting, because there's obviously people who divert on YouTube. I mean, you only have to look at the statistics of what Trump's doing with the North Korea thing, the jobs, like I said before, that's bringing the steel industry back. What's wrong with bringing the steel industry back and other industries back? That's creating jobs. Hello? A bit like what, you know, Margaret Thatcher did when she took the coal away and destroyed it. That's what they've been doing. Trump wasn't doing that. Trump's putting it back together. The Masonic Compass of Square is an old throwback to the... Yeah, well, I seen a video today, and we all know this anyway, but Prince Harry was, you know, stood with a... I don't even know, I can't remember what name is. You know, like this. They're all masonry. That's why they got married on a checkerboard floor. Did you not notice? Married on a checkerboard floor. Duality, right and wrong. It's always that black and white thing. Like I said, you see it in... I mean, actually, those 10 Tory Brexit resignations are pretty interesting. Oh, is it 10? That's what I mean. What? And how they do it, and how some people are born into it, and how some people are brought into it, you know, by the handlers, and then some die, this, that and the other. And saying that, I do feel sorry for the ones that have been brought into it. because they don't know till it's too late, and then they try and break out and they try and get it out there. And one was Beyonce going about Sasha, what does she call her alter ego? Sasha, I don't know what she calls that alter ego. She said it just comes out. But if you listen to what they're saying, it is freaky. And Britney Spears, when she shaved her head off, and then she did that interview where she was like, oh, hello. Like she thought, because they shatter. You have different personalities, and they trigger you off with different things to that personality. So if they want you a bit nasty or a bit weird, they'll trigger, you know what I mean? If you don't, go and watch some really interesting videos on here about MK Ultra or the monarch, the butterfly. That's why you see a lot of butterflies. See, you could say I'm one because I've got tattoos with butterflies on, but I do just genuinely like butterflies. And that was for me, my mum, nan, and my sister, nothing else. But they use the monarch butterfly on a lot of the video covers and stuff like that. It's just interesting, but, you know, at the end of the day, reveal everything about the universe, the globe, what's going on in the world. People just want to know the truth. We just want to know the truth. Yeah, some people are going to be like, you know, end up in hospital. But I think they've put enough people in hospital who tried to get truth out and made out that the lies and demonising people like they are trying to do with Trump. You know, because he said this and he said that. Sometimes when he says things, it's because he's doing something in that area. It doesn't mean he's going and killing people. He's doing something in that area or whatever, and then the mainstream media just twist it and change it and put it out to all the normies out there just watching normal TV, and everyone laps it up, and then everyone hates Trump. But what this snowflake's got to remember, there's a lot of us here that know, and there's a lot of us that are standing up globally, as we all know, and he will get a welcome. And the thing is, do what you want in London, you anti-Trump people, because he's not going there. He's going to see the Queen, and he's going to go, naughty, naughty, naughty. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that I know. See what you think, Mrs. Queen. That's what he's going to say to her. Because let's face it, they don't want their dirty secrets coming out, even though quite a lot of us sort of know anyway. So, you know, whatever. Quilf. That's really funny. So, I don't know. Just let me check. Just let me check the football. Yeah. Oh, we're still 1-0, so that's fine. Do you know what? I really think we're going to win. I think England have got a good chance of winning the World Cup. Just saying. But can you imagine if we did? It'd give England a right oomph. Won't be surprised if it was fixed before, but I'm just saying oomph, because we're all rising. The revolution is coming. But remember, guys, we know some of you like a drink and that, but it's got to be civil, not violent. It's got to be civil. That side, you want to call them the left, are pushing for violence. We all know that. It's to trigger us off. So then they can pump that out in the papers going, look how violent they are. Look at the Trump supporters, are all violent. The only ones who I can see are violent are the ones who are protesting against Trump, if you actually go and do your research. So I'm going to have to put another video together about all the fascists, you know, and the, you know, these silly feminists that have gone right overboard with stuff. And like I said, you go and ask them a question globally, and they don't know why they're supporting what they're supporting. They're just, oh, it's trendy, you know, I'm going to stand there with the Trump, anti-Trump and, you know, anti-Brexit and all this. I'm going to stand there and take a selfie and stick it on my Instagram because it's really trendy right now, because it's what all the young people are doing. They're trying to brainwash you, kids. Trying to brainwash you. Be careful who you follow. That's all I can say. But, you know, we can keep saying this to help support Trump and help support Q and help support patriots of every country around the world. But at the end of the day, the truth is coming out. The reason why they're flapping is because they know people are talking and they can't stop it because people have woke up. And once you see, you can't unsee it, basically. The biggest mistake they ever made was to make connection through phones and the internet and stuff, because they might be able to get their stuff out, but we can get ours out as well. All we're looking for is the truth. And I watched Brit Girl yesterday, I wanted to say, on Titans TV, if anyone watches it, and she did a really brilliant job. People were getting offended on there, but that's what happens. People shouting racist, people were disgusting because they broke into that channel and started putting disgusting like porn pictures up, you know, just stupid things trying to disrupt the channel. I wonder why, because she was talking truth. She just wants, thank you, where we go on, we go on. She just wants to see, because she's got kids, you know, I've got kids, her kids to grow up in a, you know, how she grew up when she was younger, how I grew up when I was younger. You didn't worry about the stuff we worried. And that's not just for Britain, that's for the whole world. You know, if there's people coming over trying to destroy family values and traditions and stuff that aren't from our country, you need to go. And they're also saying about Trump, you know, because it's like, you know, they're not liking us on the right. In our country, you're not liking us on the right because it's make Britain great again. Britain first. Because that's what they're going on about, the people who, you know, are marching for Britain first, who are saying Britain first, are fascists. Britain first. Hello. What does that say? What does that stand for? That title, Britain first. Hello. Britain first. Just like in Timbuktu, if you live there, I'm just being daft now, it'd be Timbuktu first, wouldn't it? If you live in America, it's America first. If you live in China, it's China first. If you live in Africa, it's Africa first. If you live in Iran, it's Iran first. How, like, effing stupid are people? Yes, it's Britain first. Yes. Shut the borders. Make sure you're coming in legally. We're not saying don't come in. You come in legally. How many? What do you not understand? We don't want people coming in with different. What do you call it? What's the word? Yeah. Ideas and stuff that don't flow with what we have in our country. We don't want that. If you don't like it, stay where you are. You do it legally. If you want to come and live in our country or another country, you abide by the rules and the law in this country. And that's another thing as well. The Constitution. The solution is the Constitution, as Daddy Dragon would say. And it is, you know, in America, it's your amendments, especially your second, people of Great Britain. You need to wake up. And that just doesn't mean Indigenous people. That means people that are here with the right values, right? That's not being racist. With the right values and understand and want that too. Wake up, smell the coffee, get a grip and start, supporting Trump. He's not what mainstream media portray him as. You really need to wake up to mainstream media because globally they are... These people, 666 people, they go around with spectacles like this on. Ugh, do you know what I mean? They put in their agenda out all the time and their propaganda. So you can sit there fighting on about all the same different things and believe in every single thing they say. The only thing I will say is don't believe me. Don't believe anyone. Anybody. Go and do your own research. England are going to win football. And I'm going finishing this drink. And I'm supporting Trump. And I'm wearing a Trump t-shirt tomorrow. And let's make America great again. Let's make Britain great again. Let's make every other country around the world that wants to live in peace and freedom great again. Freedom for humanity is all I can say. Bye.